Hey guys, I'm Alex from technoclass.com, and this is the Cherry Mobile Flare HD. This is their newest Flare device in their affordable Flare line, and the reason why there's an HD on that name is because this is the first one with an HD screen. As you can see, 4.3-inch HD IPS display. That's really good. It also has a 1.2 gigahertz quad-core MediaTek processor, which is probably one of the processors that you want in these kinds of devices. This is priced at only $5,499, so it's very affordable. Plus, it has a 12 megapixel camera in the back and 5 megapixel camera in front. So you're getting all of the camera features, you're getting the performance of the quad core, and an HD screen for only 5,500 pesos. So it's very promising. We're gonna check it out right now. So watch out for our review in a bit. Alright guys, so without further ado, let's get this thing out of the box. It is a fairly straightforward box. You pull it from below, and here you go. This is the phone right here. And let's get it out. As you can see, Flare HD. Let's get this thing off. So this unit was actually released to us reviewers early back in December, late December. But the phone itself was released to consumers this January, so it's available now, 5,500 pesos to get one. Let's find the battery and then plug it in. So you're getting a pretty decent 1800 milliamp hour battery here. I think that's the biggest battery available on the entire Flare line, though I guess that makes sense since this has the most specs available. Alright, over on the back here, as you can see, there's also a micro SD card slot with my micro SD in there already, and two SIM slots over there. Both are 3G, so that's pretty good. It doesn't say one is 3G, one is 2G, so that means both are 3G, so that's pretty good. Let's put the cover back in right here. So the cover looks a lot like the original Flare, the ones that cover the sides, but we'll get to that in a bit. Let's boot up the phone and get to the other stuff first. Alright, so first thing you probably saw is this Flare HD user manual. It's got a lot of pages with some color pictures and colors and stuff, so that's pretty good. About 40 pages in there. Here we have a micro USB cable for charging and data transfer. Here is a one-piece headset with a microphone and a button. That's pretty nice. Kind of looks nicer than the usual. And this is your USB adapter, wall adapter. Let's just take a quick look in there, see what the MAH is. Let's see here. Gives you 1000 milliamp hours. So that's about halfway from being the fastest charger. Some chargers actually come with 2100 milliamp hours. Yeah, milliamp hours. Alright, so lastly, we have a nice little freebie here. This is a silicone case for your Flare HD. Although, well, first of all, this is sort of like purple pink. But I don't know what color you might be getting. I think the main problem with the case right here, which is, I mean, it fits snugly and it protects your phone, but the buttons are hard to reach. They're hard to press, even with fingernails. So that's a little bit of a disadvantage there. But yeah, it's very minor. If you like to protect your phone, that's a small little niggle. Also, if you try to take it off, most of the back cover comes off with it, so you have to be careful, but that's a minor thing. So let's look at the phone right now. Alright guys, so here we are checking out the Flare HD itself, Cherry Mobile Flare HD itself, and as you can see, the display looks pretty nice. This is a 4.3-inch 1280 by 720 IPS display, so 4.3 inches is not very big. But then again, it is pretty good, and it is a very inexpensive device, so I'm not complaining too much. So yeah, that is the display. It looks pretty good. As you can see, nice, not obvious bezels around here. And on top here, we can see there is a speaker grill and the 5 megapixel camera. It's hard to actually find where the proximity sensor is and the light sensitivity sensor, but it's there somewhere. I don't know where it is. I can't find it. Over on the bottom, we have the capacitive buttons. This is the back. Oh, let me try and not get a reflection there. Alright, so here's the back button, home button, not get a reflection please, back button, home button, and menu button. So those are, I believe they light up as well. So that's it for the front. Looks really nice, very simple in the front. All sort of the all glass type front. Over on the left side, we have a volume rocker. As you can see, this is very black. Volume rocker, and as you can see, this side, this whole like 2/3 of the bottom sides here are part of the cover on the back. So those actually come off. So the buttons will basically come off if you remove the back. But anyway, you'll know what I mean when you see it. On the bottom here we have just the pinhole microphone. Let's try and get that. There you go. Pinhole microphone over there. Over on the right side there is nothing, and on top we have a bunch of stuff. We have a micro USB port for charging and data transfer, a 3.5mm headset jack, which is CTIA compliant, which means the popular types of headphones will work here. This is your power and unlock button, so that's about it for the sides. Here's the back. It's very black. Sort of a glossy with a dirty white finish right there. Here is your speaker grill, Cherry Mobile logo over there, Flare HD logo, very small HD decal right there. And over on the top here, we have a 12 megapixel autofocus logo right there, the 12 megapixel camera, and a LED flash. Overall though, the design I think is what you would call simple or minimalistic, or some would even say it's not very interesting. So I guess that doesn't really matter, especially since this is a very affordable device. But if you're looking for something with like nice silver flourishes or red accents, you're not gonna find it here. But if you do turn on the display, people will be blown away by that really nice display anyway. So I guess it doesn't really matter in the long run. Plus it's only 5,500 pesos, so I don't really mind. It's call it as uninteresting as you like, but it is still very affordable. Oh yeah, one minor thing that I did also notice on the I guess that's part of the design, is that I guess I did hear another creaky sound over here on the sides. I'm not sure why. I'm probably the only person who's OCD about creakiness, but I'm hearing there's a lot of creakiness here. As you can see, I do tend to put like a piece of paper inside just to, I think it prevents the creakiness quite a bit once you put the paper in. But yeah, I guess that's a minor thing. But it's part of the design, so I'm letting you know. Let's move on now. Alright guys, here we are checking out the interface of the Cherry Mobile Flare HD. It's actually mostly stock. The major thing that you will notice here is the lock screen. So as you can see, if I unlock the phone, it does present me with a different lock screen. This is a very customized lock screen. This is called Start, and it's built in. You cannot uninstall it. You do unlock the phone by going like this. You can go to your calls by going like this, and it does have some extra features like updates, and you can log in your Facebook here if you want. I'm not a big fan of this this lock screen, but it looks really nice, and then you can launch other applications here like the camera, and there are a bunch of camera apps that you can also delve into, which is it's almost like your own launcher here. But yeah, it's what I mostly do is I just unlock the phone and go to my regular stuff. I prefer very stock-ish interfaces, but yeah, that's it. Mostly the interface here is more or less stock. As you can see in the app drawer, you do see your wallpaper. That's a little bit of a customization thing, although you still get the double finger swipe down. This is running Android 4.2 Jelly Bean. It's not, we're not sure if it's going to get updates, but it does have the software update button right here, so hopefully we'll get updates. This has 1 GB of RAM, so that's very promising for this type of device in this price range. 4 gigs of ROM and a micro SD card slot, as you saw earlier. Smooth interface all around, and as you can see, I've been scrolling around here, no problems at all. Obviously, the MediaTek 6589 processor here is handling all of the tasks fine. One of the most extremely minorest things that I don't like about this interface is that when you press the home button, it doesn't bounce back to the main home screen. It just goes to your home screen. So for example, I'm on the app drawer, I press the home button, it goes to that home screen, not into my main home screen. I'm used to getting back to this middle home screen. But yeah, that's a very, very minor gripe. But that's just a slight difference in the interface. Even most of the Cherry mobile phones just bounce back, but I guess that's not to be with the Flare HD. Very, very minor, obviously. Checking out the camera interface here, it's actually fairly reminiscent of most of the Cherry mobile devices. You get your HDR beautification stuff, and it is actually very user-friendly and stuff. You can tap to focus and stuff like that. Take a picture. Actually, the taking pictures is actually pretty snappy. Let me try and do that. There we go. The camera quality is, I guess, above average. Not very highly good. In low light, it gets very, very muddy, and the saturation is not so high, but the quality is not bad. So you do get 12 megapixel images here with 5 megapixel front images and up to 1080p video, which is not bad. It's pretty good. So yeah, the quality is above average. I wouldn't say very high, just above average. I'll show you those sample images at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. We're going to check out something else right now. Alright guys, so here we are checking out a game called Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Just one of the newest games out there, and actually looks pretty good. And amazingly, it does run pretty good on the Cherry Mobile Flare HD. Although admittedly I did I just fell. Admittedly I did reduce the quality quite a bit. I think this is on the lowest possible quality, lowest possible draw distance and stuff like that. Anyway, it doesn't matter. As long as you can play the game, I think it looks pretty good. Speakers are pretty good as well, as you can see here. You do get muffled when you do put your fingers on it or your hand on it. But yeah, surprisingly, it does run San Andreas, as you can see right here. Let's try and steal a car, maybe. A car. Get in that. Get in that. Come on. Yeah. Alright, so that's it for GTA San Andreas. Looks pretty good. Although it's pretty expensive in the App Store, the Google Play Store. But yeah, that's it for that. Let's move on. Alright guys, so here's another very graphically intensive game. This is called Asphalt 8, obviously. You've probably heard of it. I've got all the settings to lowest so we can get at least a decent amount of quality going on. And as you can see, it runs okay. Some frame skips here and there. That's probably to be expected since this guy is designed for more powerful processors. But thankfully, you can still play Asphalt 8 really well. Not bad. Not bad. Game is free, so hey, I'm not gonna try and promote the game, but yeah. Flare HD runs the game fine on lower settings, maybe a little bit of frame skips here and there. But yeah, that's about it. Let's move on. Alright guys, here we are actually watching a game of 2K13. I've just let the AI play because I don't want to press buttons. I'm actually not very good at this game. But yeah, this is actually running on the Cherry Mobile Flare HD NBA 2K13. It's a game of basketball. Basketball, guys. Frame rate looks very solid here, and the audio is actually pretty good. Of course, you can muffle it by going like this with your fingers, but game looks pretty good. I did play a couple of matches, put a couple of games here, and the frame rate was pretty solid. I was able to play it, although the screen is slightly smaller for my taste, but it is very playable. And that's it. NBA 2K13 runs very good, very well on the Cherry Mobile Flare HD, so that's a very good sign. One thing to note about the gaming capabilities of this guy, it does not have OTG capability support. So for example, you're playing on Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you cannot plug in a USB controller and play San Andreas with the USB controller. But obviously that's not a big thing unless you're big on the controllers, and when If that's the case, you're probably looking at something more expensive than this guy. Alright guys, so I think that about wraps it up for the Cherry Mobile Flare HD. I think it's a very promising phone. They're dubbing this the HD Nambayan, and I think it deserves that name because it is only 5,500 and you're getting HD screen, 12 megapixel camera, quad core processor in a sort of unassuming little box here that most people will not think is a high-end device, and I think this is a high-end device disguised as a an affordable phone. So I think this is very, very nice to bring if you're a big commuter, especially since, you know, you don't want to bring something that looks expensive while in the bus or a Jeep or a taxi or whatever, even late at night. You want something like this. This is very unassuming, very simple looking, but still has your quad core processor, still has a pretty good camera and stuff like that. It's like a James Bond or something, I don't know. It's hidden, really nice phone hidden in a simple device. So yeah, that is a very, very nice, I guess, thing for commuters. So let's talk about the pros and cons here. Obviously, the pros here is the quad-core performance. HD IPS display looks pretty good, as you can see right here. Over 300 PPI, I believe it's 323 or something. Very, very nice. Decent battery life, actually. The 1800 milliamp hour battery is not very big, but it's also decent enough for the 4.3-inch screen. I got about, I guess, 12, 13, 14 hours on this. Typical phones, I get 15 or 14. It's very affordable at 5,500 pesos. I mean, I wouldn't really, this is easily, a very easy buy. That's, I guess what I want to say. Above average camera, though not the best. This is, stuff like the Cherry Mobile Apollo has better cameras. Although this is 5,500, so it's about 1,500 cheaper. And you're getting a pretty decent phone anyway. So let's talk about the cons right now. So the cons here is just the slight creakiness of the case. As you can see, as you can hear. Silicone case sort of prevents button use. So I guess unless you have really long fingernails, this is not a good option to use. And the design, if you're looking for something that you can show off or something, this is not a very interesting design. So if you're looking for something you want to show off with, something colorful, this is not for you. Maybe you can buy a different case or a different something. I think they might be able to sell some back covers like the Flare. They did sell a bunch of back covers for the Flare. But yeah, I wouldn't change a thing though. This is 5,500. You're getting very good specs, and I mean, last year we paid quite a bit for HD and 12 megapixels. It's called the Omega HD 2.0. This is a distillation of that, and it's just 5,500. It's very, very nice. And the design, the display, it looks pretty good. It's actually a very good phone. I would recommend this to a lot of people on a budget and looking for something they can commute with and not be scared to pull it out of the bus, in the bus. So yeah, that's about it. I'm Alex from technoclass.com. This is the Cherry Mobile Flare HD. Thanks very much for watching. See you guys next time. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and as always, if you liked the video, please press the like button below. Add it to your favorites and or share it to your friends. If you got something to say, drop a comment in the comment box as well. Of course, more importantly, you should hit the subscribe button on top. This will keep you up to date with our new uploads and helps us out tremendously too. That's it guys, see you next video.